welcome back, my dear students. So we are, doing pretty good with our create method here or create functionality. We are uploading. So it's now time for us to place this in the database. So let's finally do this. Okay, I'm gonna uncomment all this, and we already have the file definition there, right? In our model, all we need to do is put it down here like that. And then we want to get the file name. Okay. Now, if this is empty, okay, we have an issue because we don't have this file name variable available. So it would be nice if we initialize it at first and we just say file name here, and we just set it to an empty string or something like that. All right, this is Edwin from the future, my dear students. So I made a little boo-boo here, and I just want to make you aware of it, even though you might see like a little pop-up letting you know about it. If you notice here, I redefined this variable down here. We don't need to do that, okay? If we do that, we're gonna make this a different variable. So that could be a problem. I don't want to redefine that variable. I want to leave it just the way this is, like this, okay? So just make sure that that's what you got. Don't worry about what value you got here. If you got this empty, that's okay. I'm just putting a default value in there just because I want my post to have some type of picture. If you had a placeholder, you would put that there. So sorry for the interruption. And in the future lectures, you will still see this here for a couple more lectures until I fix it, okay? But just I wanted to let you know now to take that off. Thank you, and continue with the lecture. Bye-bye. Or you know what you could do? We could also create like a default image here, okay? So that way at least it gets some type of data in there, okay? We can insert a URL if we want to. I believe, what is the URL that I like to actually use like a generic image. So I'm just gonna use, if it's empty, I'm just gonna use an image that I got here, the only image I got. Okay, I'm just gonna copy the name of that, BMW Z4, and I'm just gonna put it there. For you, I recommend putting like some type of placeholder. Okay, but for me, it's just gonna be the same name, BMW Z4. .jpg, like this. Okay, so let's try to see if this works. Okay, now one thing that I want to do is actually I want to delete any posts that I have created in my Mongo, okay, database. So I'm gonna open another tab, or should I say another shell. So open your terminal to another shell. You see right now this is just that shell is running. So I'm gonna say Mongo, and I'm gonna say use CMS, which is my database, and I want to show the collections, or I'm just gonna say tables. I see the post tables, so I'm gonna say db post drop, and it's true. Now if I say show tables, there are no tables there, or show collections, it's whatever you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna do control C to get out of there because I don't need it anymore. Now I have no posts. We can verify that. If we go here, we see nothing there. So I'm just gonna create my first post in my MacBook Pro. I'm gonna put an image in there, and I'm gonna set that to public, and I'm gonna say this post is public. I'm gonna allow comments too. Submit, and voila. Now one thing that we don't have is the image showing here, it will be nice to see the image, so we're gonna play around with that. But let's check our database to see if we have any type of data in there. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go here to the other window for my shell. I'm gonna say, or terminal, Mongo use CMS show tables. We see one table there. Now let's inspect it. DB posts dot find like that. And now let's see what we got. And we can see the picture right here. Look at that. Pretty cool stuff, right? All right. So in the next lecture, and I'm going to give you that as a challenge. I want you guys to try to get this image to show here in one of these tables and adjust the image size with a Bootstrap class. Okay, we have done this in some of my other courses. If you have not, go to the Bootstrap website and find some type of class that deals with image sizing. So that way you can fit it in one of these cells. I'm going to put it between ID and title right here. So I'll see you in the next lecture.